I Rock Radio, the world headquarters of rock. Stephen Wayne at the Worcester Palladium with Ben from Asking Alexandria. How are you, brother?
I'm jet lagged. I was gonna say I'm really good. I'm jet lagged.
I was going to ask you, the first question I was going to ask you is, I know this is like the first date of this tour. You just got back into the States. What was the reception to the new work over in Europe?
It was insane. It was completely sold out. I think it was anywhere between 3,000 and 5,500 people a night around Europe. So it's insane. You know, I think a lot of the times when you go on tour and you're doing a new album, the new songs are kind of a lull in the set as people are getting to know them, but they really are the peak of our set. It's insane. It's been really good.
The new album is self-titled Asking Alexandria. It's available right now. Let me tell you something. It was my pick of one of the albums of the year of 2017.
Thank you.
It came in right at the end of the year.
It did. We snuck in there.
It kicked everybody's ass. The album is just so good,
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
From start to finish, like the first 3 songs right off the bat are killer with Into the Fire. So the whole album is really, really good. The band feels like it's been revitalized.
Yeah,
which feels like it's a new band.
Yeah, which is why we self-titled the album. It's like, this is a new start. This is a new beginning. It felt like a debut album for us. So, yeah, I think we finally found our happy place, if that makes sense. We found exactly what we wanted to do as a group, working around each other, with each other, and yeah, it all just kind of fell into place very naturally.
And you guys have not, it's not like you're a new band because you've been around a long time. You guys have got some hard miles. So, I mean, for the new people that are picking up this album and hearing you for the first time, I mean, you got to be really proud of that. The album is just, it sounds great.
I'm beyond blown away, to be honest. I mean, like you said, we've been around probably about 10 years now. We've been touring, and a lot happens in 10 years. A lot of bands come up and they go and they die away. We've had our ups and downs. It's been a struggle at times, and other times we've been on top of the world. We came up very quickly in our early days, and yeah, now I feel like we've found this whole new fan base. There's people just discovering us now on this album, and it's insane. Like we've watched our fans, our original core fan base, have grown with us. And now, you know, they're bringing their kids to shows, and there's older people coming to shows, and it's like a big family outing at an Asking show now. There's less mosh pits going on and less kicking the crap out of each other and more singing along and bouncing, which is exactly what we enjoy. You know, it's amazing. It
seems that a lot of bands, they seem to say that a lot. They seem to say, well, families are bringing their kids in, which I think is a great thing because everybody seems to think that rock is on a downslide.
Yeah, I don't think
when they
so
start bringing in their kids to see bands like Asking Alexandria, that's a great fucking thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's starting the cycle over again, you know. I think people are, I don't know, I don't think rock is on a downslope. I think what it is that it's more of a traditional genre. It's been around for a very long time, and rock was at its heyday when record sales were around and people were buying millions of rock records. People just don't buy records anymore. So rock bands are feeling it because we're not necessarily at the forefront of the modern era, so to speak. You know, I think there's a lot of rappers and pop artists that are very up to date on what's current on, you know, social media and keeping up to date. We don't. We go out and we play our instruments and we have a good time. And I think we've kind of fallen behind in that aspect. And I think that's why people think that rock's on a bit of a decline. But in reality, I don't think it is at all.
You guys got a very unique sound. That's why we're attracted to the band and all of our listeners. It's got a great rock sound to it, big rock sound. Who influenced you? What album changed your life?
Oh, man. I mean, there's so many. You know, I come from a family of musicians, and so music's just pretty much in my blood. You know, I grew up listening to a lot of blues, like Gary Moore and Eric Clapton. I think Gary Moore's Still Got the Blues album completely changed my life. It made me want to pick up a guitar in the first place. But then, you know, I started listening to bands like Metallica, and then even heavier, like Slipknot and System of a Down. And I think the thing that really, really sold me was, I was probably like 16 or 17. And I heard Metallica's Black album for the first time, and you know, the Through the Never, that main riff, I was like, that's what I want to do for the rest of my life, man. And that was just the moment for me. I remember bouncing up and down on my bed, just uncontrollable excitement. I was like, this is weird. Why am I jumping on my bed? I'm too old for this. But I was so excited by that album, and that was it. I was like, this is what I'm doing for the rest of my life.
You're never too old for that.
You're never too old to bounce on your bed. No.
Never, dude.
It helps if there's someone else more attractive than you on the bed with you.
And you're hoping that sometimes you're thinking about Metallica going, this is wrong.
This is so wrong, but I still love it.
So who was your favorite band to tour with?
Oh, man, that's such a hard question. We've made so many good friends on the road. If I had to pick one band to tour with continuously for the rest of my career, it'd be Bullet for my Valentine.
Yeah.
They're just as dudes, they're the coolest dudes ever. We got on really well with them right off the bat. And I always have a really, really good time. I have a good time with loads of bands on tour, but they in particular, a lot of tours like this one, you know, we'll keep ourselves to ourselves. We're tired and we're getting older, so we're more sensible. It doesn't matter how old you get when you're around those guys. It's on every night. They'll be banging on your bus door like, let's go out for drinks. It's like, yes, okay, let's do it. And it's just fun. It makes touring fun, you know. It like passes the time by really quickly, and yeah.
Okay, so you haven't toured with a band that you really want to tour with. What's that A-list band? What's that band that it doesn't matter? Let's say they're living. A band that all the guys that are touring right now. One band that you could go on the road with right now. Boom, done deal.
Jesus, I think it's gonna sound weird, but I think Muse. A lot of people would pick other bands, I'm sure, heavier bands maybe, but I feel like we would fit in really well on a Muse tour, you know. I think, especially with our new album, and I look up to Matt Bellamy. I think he's a fantastic songwriter, vocalist, guitarist, and I think it would be different. Like, everyone expects asking, like, oh, we've toured with Slipknot, we've toured with Avenged, we've done all those. It's like, I feel like if we announced a tour with Muse, people go, that's weird.
That'd be a great pairing, man, actually.
I think so.
Well, listen, thank you for sitting down for a couple of minutes with us.
Of course. Thank you, man.
We appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Rock Radio, your world headquarters of rock.